Lynn kept her promise about getting me hooked up. About 2 hours before dawn, the phone rang.
Hello?
This is Jowd. Sissel, are you listening? We need your powers. No time to talk. We'll be waiting for you.
Well, you'd better get going. This long night is drawing to an end.
Yeah, it looks like it. Thank you for all your help tonight.
I'm the one who should be thanking you.
At the other end of the phone line, I'm finally gonna find all my answers. I'd better go.
Yeah, I agree with that assessment, Sissel. Or not, Sissel.
A single telephone line connects me and the other Sissel. But that single line spreads out like a spider's web to ensnare the fates of many people. And I just reached the center of the web. Welcome to the Yonoa. Welcome to the Monona. Welcome to the... Oh, okay. My detective sense must have gotten rusty. I didn't even sense your presence here in the dark.
That's because I switched the power to my mask off, Detective Jowd.
I used your phone. Hope you don't mind.
Egad! Never thought you'd track us here, especially seeing as you're a death row inmate.
And I'm equally surprised about your choice of transportation. A submarine, eh?
But how did you find us, my man? Not even the police knew where the Yonoa was going to surface, confound it.
We detectives have a little say. If there's something you want to know about a case, ask the criminals. The bullet the man in red was shot with had a radio transmitter in it.
I have a little something for you.
Cabanella has given me some pretty weird presents in the past, but they always prove useful. This one was a radio receiver made to look like a pocket watch.
Well, don't tell him that! Yes. Inspector Cabanella. I hear he's an excellent investigator.
By the way, where is that man in red? I know he's on this submarine somewhere.
Sissel, you mean?
You
can relax. That's nothing but his shell.
His shell, eh?
His spirit isn't here right now. Most likely, right about now, he's controlling your daughter.
Please, I beg you, let my daughter go. If you need a hostage, take me. Please, just let her go.
Bah! There's something our nation needs. Sissel has it. That's all we care about, my man. Nothing else matters. However, it would appear Sissel has underestimated us. He's left behind his precious bargaining chip here.
Bargaining chip?
Our nation has already researched it. This product that Sissel has to offer. The source of his powers.
What in the world was that?
The Timsic fragment. It gives spirits special powers. And now our deal with Sissel is concluded, as far as we're concerned.
What are you talking about?
What a mistake to make, right at the most critical moment. Now then, Detective Jowd. Farewell.
What in the world? The whole room just vanished. Detective Jowd, where did he go? What now? I think I heard an explosion somewhere. In any case, Lynn and the little lady should be here somewhere. I smell danger. I'd better find them, and fast.
Think they will have already killed Lynn? Well, I hope they didn't just blow up. Wait, talk? Yeah, there is another ghost right there. In any case, they didn't just blow up, the submarine. Because they were on it, right? Or did that guy with the eyebrows already get off of the submarine? But no, his assistant wouldn't have blown himself up with Jowd.
So, you're here, huh?
It's Missile!
Yes, I think even I remember who you are by now. What do you suppose that shock was a minute ago?
I have no idea, of course. I'm just a little sheltered apartment dog.
Well, with my loss of memory, I can't say I'm much better.
Anyway, let's hurry up and go save Miss Lynn and Miss Camila.
Do you think that trusty nose of yours can sniff them out?
I'm sorry to say I don't think it can.
Why did I even bother to ask?
Well, he doesn't have a nose, he's dead.
But you do have the power to swap objects. So let's go find that lady detective and the little lady together.
You got it! Just a boy and his dog, huh? Oh!
The telephone's ringing.
Wow! It's Miss Camila! I just know it! My trusty nose is practically screaming in at me!
I think you'd call that more of a hunch. Anyway, let's get to that phone before it stops ringing.
You bet! Yeah. Okay. Well, my doggy friend. You have a baseball, a basketball, and an emergency light. You can swap these, but why would you? I don't think that would make any difference at all. The important thing right now, though, is that we get over to the phone. Hello? Hello? Miss Camila? Hello? It's no use. This black hello just doesn't like me.
Just create a path for me, Missile. I'll come right over.
Well, no use switching the switches. I mean, they're identical. Well, let's see what we got. We got a basketball, and we got two basketballs. I don't know why we would do any, like, what we have to do with that. But we also have a baseball. Oh! Here is our path forward. Oh, sorry. I forgot that you're still in there, Missile. And now Missile only needs to swap out the baseball with the basketball. You know, it's a good thing that we freeze time like this when we're ghosting. Otherwise, what would we do? Wait, what?
I think I just heard another little explosion in the distance. I've got a bad feeling about this.
Sissel, look! That black hello, it came off the hook.
Uh-oh, I better answer it, fast.
Yeah, I know, Sissel. Of course that's what you need to do here, Sissel. Like, you don't need to point this out to me, Sissel. I understand. Hello? Is anybody here?
It's her, the little lady. It's Sissel. Where are you?
Somebody please answer.
Guess she can't hear my voice.
You too, huh? Oh, good. I thought she was ignoring me. Somebody help me. Lynn is...
She said Lynn.
Miss Lynn!
We'd better hurry.
Let's go, Sissel. We're gonna go to every room in this submarine, aren't we? It's no use. Nobody's answering. Miss Camila! And Miss Lynn! Oh, poor Miss Lynn!
Yeah, she can't seem to catch a break. Looks like another tragedy has happened. Sorry to keep you waiting, little lady.
Sissy, I knew you'd come. Miss Camila! Miss Camila! And Missile, too. I'm so glad to see you're all right. Well, I wouldn't say I'm all right exactly. Hey, wait a minute. Missile, your voice. I think I remember hearing it somewhere before. What? My voice?
That's right. Camila has a core now. So that means she did hear Missile's voice before, when he saved her that time.
So that was you, wasn't it, Missile? You're the one who saved me in the park tonight. Thank you, Miss Camila. I'm so glad I was born your little doggy.
Hey, Missile. Could you stay here and watch over your mistress for a while?
Huh? But don't you need my powers?
I'll see what I can do on my own for a while. After all, you're the only one who can protect her.
Okay, I'll do it! Thank you, Missile.
Wonder what happened this time. I'd better talk to the little lady a little more. And then, I'd better do something about the detective lady.
Well, you think? Okay, so yeah, that's where Missile is. Well, what's going on here? I mean, obviously, I assume there was some sort of bomb went off.
Can I talk to you a minute?
Yes, Sissy?
Could you tell me what happened to you? What happened after I last saw you at your old house?
Oh, let's see. After that, I think I fell asleep. Wow, you're a heavy sleeper falling asleep in that box. I woke up to the sound of an engine.
So she was already in the submarine by then, eh?
I thought to myself, I have to escape. The next thing I knew, I found myself in this big room. I was so tired I couldn't move. And then... Camila! I was so relieved. I don't remember what happened after that.
She must have passed out. The poor thing. You've been through so much. You were very brave.
I think Lynn's probably been through more than me.
You've both been brave.
Well, Lynn... oh, no, we'll get there in a sec. Just turn this wheel, hope it doesn't cause the room to flood with water or something, and it didn't. I mean, more flooded, than it already is. Oh, Sissel, you're here!
Lynn, what in the world happened here?
I don't know.
Huh?
I just sort of blacked out all of a sudden. Next thing I know, I was dead.
Yeah, I guess you wouldn't know in that case.
And where's Detective Jowd? Is he alright?
I don't know.
Huh?
The room he was in just disappeared all of a sudden.
Now it's all making even less sense than before. After we left the super's office, we followed after the man in red. We tracked him with that radio transmitter. Inspector Cabanela fired into him with a bullet. The man in red took a boat out to sea from a small harbor on the edge of town. Detective Jowd and I managed to secretly stow away on his boat. And then we sneaked onto the submarine with him when it surfaced. Before long, the submarine dove back down again. Detective Jowd and I decided to split up. He would take care of the telephone line, and I'd look for Camila. I found Camila hiding here in the engine room. She had escaped and run away here.
Wow, it's quite an adventure. What happened next?
I don't know.
Huh?
There was a flash of white all of a sudden. Next thing I know, I was dead.
Oh boy. Sounds like it'd be quicker to see for myself.
Another bomb, right? I don't know. Do you think this foreign country has outwitted the bad Sissel himself? Camila, are you okay? Camila? Hello, Lynn. Or is it Detective now? It's been 10 years since we last met. Are you really that man from the park 10 years ago? Well, I see there's no need to introduce myself. Give Camila back! She has nothing to do with any of this. Afraid I can't do that. This is my last chance. The phone is ringing. It's not for me. Nobody ever calls the dead. The fact that you're here means that my revenge plan has failed. Revenge plan? It didn't happen tonight, did it? His execution. Well, knowing him, I half expected as much. That's why I was waiting here like this, waiting for him to show up. Wouldn't it be just what he wanted, to be executed by his own daughter? I heard about 10 years ago. I feel sorry about what happened to you. But revenge? Nobody could possibly know what I've... What in the world? An explosion? Uh-oh. Got a bad feeling about this. Have I been had? Look out!
Revenge, huh? That's a feeling I just can't understand.
Of course not. You're not him.
She's right. I'm not him, am I?
He was going to shoot Detective Jowd as Camila when he came to rescue her. It's just too horrible.
Anyway, Let's bring you back to life. Again.
You don't have to add that again part. Sissel is a real bad person. Oh, darn. Can't get to anything, huh?
So let's see. The cause of death this time
was that mysterious explosion.
You're pretty up for a dead woman.
You know how detectives love a good mystery. It's like a shot of vitamins. And what do you mean, for a dead woman?
Anyway, I guess we should look for a way to stop that explosion.
All right, let's do this thing. Finding clues is like a dose of minerals to a detective.
I'm afraid with my memory loss, I have no idea what vitamins or minerals are.
Okay. So hopefully they're gonna move in a second and I'll be able to... Okay, so she tries clubbing her with the rifle. And can you imagine? You know, Jowd gets back and his daughter shoots him? You know, like, and Camila would, if she probably would die in the submarine, but if she ever realized what had happened, like, what would she think of that? Okay, come on, move your rifle. Move the rifle just a little tiny bit. Come on, Sissel. The bad Sissel, I mean. I suppose we can get to the phone. The question is, though, why?
It's no use. I can't get the line to work. That's funny. I thought I could use the phone in the past if somebody was calling.
What are you talking about? The receiver has to be off the hook first, silly. Well, don't look at me. I can't do it. I don't have any hands or feet right now.
Somebody please answer the phone.
If you want something done, you have to do it yourself. Well, alright, we have to knock this down somehow, huh? Well, let's see what happens if we turn this. There we go. I'm glad that the real Sissel didn't notice. Hey, we somehow managed to knock down the receiver.
Somehow managed? Who's to say that's not how I planned it?
Come on, hurry! Now's your chance to get on the phone. It might be Detective Jowd.
She's right. I better check it out.
Well, I wasn't thinking that it might be Jowd, but yeah, that makes sense. I was thinking it was those foreign guys calling to warn... Yeah, see, something like that. Hello? Anybody there? If anybody's still there, get yourself here on the double. We're about to head out. Speak up! Why don't you answer? Anyway, come if you're coming. We're leaving. Am I gonna go there? I'm gonna go there. We'll probably have to reset time again, but we'll make do. So it must be true what they say. That there are restless ghosts on board. That does it. I promise to turn over a new leaf, Mom. Who is he calling restless ghosts?
Well, it's true that neither one of us is really resting in peace.
Anyway, it looks like the sub just lost one of its crew.
I guess that means the fate of this sub has changed slightly.
Because you answered the phone, huh? Sissel has underestimated us. He's left behind his precious bargaining chip here.
Bargaining chip?
It's Detective Jowd! What's going on there?
I saw this little deal go down once before. In just a moment, the man in red's about to get his Temsig fragment taken away.
Oh, I suppose we're gonna go up there, right? Darn it. I don't get it. What's happening?
They decided to conclude the deal without the other party present. They're just going to go ahead and steal the Timsic fragment.
Huh? But that's cheating!
I think we have more important things to think about right now. Where's the Timsic fragment going to?
We have to be very quick about this. Very quick. What? Come on! You saw me hit trick. Here we go. Wait a minute. No, there's nothing we could do from there, is there? So what about this? What does this do? Not much. Oh wait, there we go! Oh, it's the fragment! I think. No! Well, let's try that again. This time, though, we're gonna get that fragment. Although it has that stuff coming off of it, it does have a core. I suppose the core is for the case they've put the fragment in, rather than for the Timsic fragment itself. Really, there's no reason to wait around to get in the basketball. Here we go. So it should be down here in a second, right? Yeah, here it is. Yeah, it's the capsule, not the fragment. This is an odd little spring system they have in place here. He is making a personal getaway, is he? Ah, the Timsic fragment, you're mine at last. The objective has been achieved. Now we detach the control room as planned. Yes, sir. Farewell, sir. Sissel! What just happened? The whole room just disappeared, with Detective Jowd in it!
Don't worry, Lynn. I bet Detective Jowd can take care of himself. The main thing right now is rescuing you and the little lady.
I can't believe this is happening!
Now then, I'd better hurry along, before Sissel discovers what he's lost and comes after me. The Yonoa will be his coffin. May it lie buried here in the deep sea forever. Farewell, Sissel.
But I thought there was still some crew on board. Like that guy we just saw decided, he left his post, but are they docked right now? Are they on... I didn't think so. Aha! So that's the cause of that giant explosion.
Huh? What is?
Don't tell me that's another thing you've forgotten. The torpedo! It's like, well, you've heard of a missile before, haven't you?
Yeah, sure. But a different missile comes more readily to mind.
Looks like he plans to sink the submarine with that thing. This is not good! We have to do something before that torpedo is fired! This, I guess? But we're inside the Come on, this is a great time for ghost tricks.
There's no time. It's gonna launch.
Don't worry, we can still find a way to stop it.
What? How?
Even if the torpedo does launch, we just have to stop it from detonating, right? There's still something we can do. I hope!
Why was the "I hope" at the end the strongest part of that sentence?
Okay, here goes. Wait, Lynn, you have ghost tricks? Oh, another rat. These rats have helped us something mighty over the years, haven't they? Or not years, as the case may be.
I came along for the ride without giving it too much thought. But was this really the best move?
I think so. We just have to keep it from going off, right? I'm sure this poor little rat will thank us too.
How in the world did it get in here?
It's a good question. Alright. I think these outside parts are supposed to be weights of some sort.
These spinning black things, right?
Apparently, their spinning helps the torpedo maintain its balance. They must be pretty heavy.
Wonder if we can use these weights to our advantage somehow.
Just gotta look around and see what we have here. So the striker, here's the detonator. So, I suppose how this must work is that the weights will cause this joint to spin and hit the striker, which detonates the detonator. This is probably the detonator. Hey, don't press it, the torpedo will explode.
Uh-oh, better be careful.
But, you know, there should be a safety device around here somewhere.
Safety device, huh? That sounds promising.
We have to put the safety on before this thing blows up. Well, I guess we can just see what happens if we turn off these, weights. Anything? No? You know how a torpedo works?
No, I can't say I do. Wow, detectives sure know a lot.
Even I don't know how a torpedo works. Mackerel Phones! I saw it explained once in a book. On impact, the fuse in the tip is depressed. That in turn sets off the detonator.
The detonator, huh? That must be that red button.
Well, we've already been through this part.
So how do we stop it?
They didn't explain anything about that in the book.
Wow, detectives sure know a lot. Or not.
Now we can't do anything to the fuse itself. What happens if we move this? This looks like just the thing. If we clamp this thing on the fuse, it should keep it from moving.
So, what does that mean exactly?
It means we might be able to stop the torpedo from exploding with this!
I have to admit, I don't understand all the details, but I do want to give it a try.
But before we can do that...
Looks like we have to get something out of the way first, huh?
I would think that... Oh, we're about to reach the final few seconds before death, but I would think that this would be designed so that it would just kill the rat. Surely it would clamp down no matter what. Not that it makes sense that this... Well, I guess there are some situations where having a switch inside might be good, like, you need to disarm it, but, you have a bunch of them stockpiled and the war is over, so you're disarming them or something. Anything? Oh, you little rat, you're gonna kill us all!
It's a stubborn little thing, isn't it? Quite a worthy adversary.
You do know the rat isn't the main focus here, don't you?
Okay, true. But until it's out of the way, we can't set the safety device.
You're right. If only our missile was here right now.
We have to get this little creature to leave somehow.
Yeah, I understand this part. But what can we do? We're almost out of time. At this rate, we're going to blow up the submarine.
Uh-oh.
We have to set that safety and yeah, I know, Lynn. What I don't understand, well, obviously, is how. Like, I'm trying to think of what we can do to stop the gyroscope. Or rather, what could the gyroscopes have to do with the safety? The only thing I could think of is that maybe we can adjust them such that the rat gets off balance, but it might be too late for that. The issue is we don't have a fate change right now, do we? Come on! Come on, you rat! You're gonna die here too, you know! This isn't gonna work, obviously. Actually, can we ghost while it's going down? No, we can't. Well, I think this is kind of all over now. I think we took a little bit too long. Yep. Yeah, we did.
Damn it. We couldn't stop it.
I'm sorry, Camila. I'm sorry, me. I'm sorry, rat. What in the world? An explosion? Uh-oh. I've got a bad feeling about this. Have I been had? Look out! And so it happened, huh?
This is bad. We couldn't stop the torpedo from launching.
Don't worry. If we can stop it from going off, there's still hope, right? Our missile doesn't have one, but usually these kinds of missiles have a safety device.
Sounds like that safety device is our only hope.
Yeah, I know. What are you guys are talking about this like you didn't have a lengthy conversation about this. Gosh. Oh.
There we go. Great. We've dumped the little creature off.
Wow. Those weights were heavy enough to turn the whole torpedo over. Now for that safety device.
Right.
You know, when I think about it, Camila reacted pretty calmly to hearing her dog talk to her, didn't she? Well, anyway.
There. We've clamped the safety device on.
We did it! That should keep this torpedo from exploding. But there's just one problem.
Problem? What's that?
The torpedo is still going to impact. We can't do anything about that.
Uh-oh.
What was that noise?
Looks like the torpedo still hit the submarine.
But it looks like the submarine is still okay. This changes everybody's fate, including the little rats. Sissel, we did it! What's the matter? You still look unhappy.
We stopped the torpedo from blowing up. But we still opened up a gaping hole in the submarine.
You're right. I guess. Who's saying this?
Huh? Am I hearing things? Anyway, I guess we'd better get back to the present as quickly as we can.
Right. I'm worried about Camila. You're probably not just hearing things, Sissel. not, Sissel.
We managed to stop death for now, but it hasn't disappeared altogether. It's now slowly but surely filling the room. Uh-oh. Water's seeping in through the hole where the torpedo hit. I've got to get them out of here. I better go meet up with Lynn.
Nah, we can't do anything much there. Yeah, we're gonna have to go activate a whole mechanism in order just to get to Lynn, aren't we? Thanks, Lynn. I mean, she couldn't have, say, carried the torpedo over anyway, so...
The lights went out, but this machine apparently still works.
Is it a pump? That'd be great if it were.
Unfortunately, I guess it won't run for very long. But maybe I can use its movements to help me create a path.
I mean, of course that's what you're going to do, Sissel. Come on. That goes without saying, pretty much. You know, it's interesting. Even though some of these things are actually rather far apart, they...
Whoa. Whoa. Here's what we'll do.
We'll go up to the or not. We'll go up to the or not. Oh wait, never mind. We can go this way fine. No problems. No problems here. Uh-oh. Oh wait, now we're fine. No, she's coming too. Lynn. Camila! You're awake! How do you feel? I'm so sorry. I'm sorry I pointed that gun at you. Don't worry about that. That wasn't you. Miss Camila! Oh, Missile, you're here. Oh, poor Miss Camila. Miss Lynn, what should we do? We have to get out of here before any more water comes in. Sissel should be along any second. I knew Sissy would come. And Missy is here, too! I'm so happy everybody's going to be with me now. Camila! Miss Camila! I'll get you out of here. If it's the last thing I do! Aw, I think I'm going to cry.
Or whimper, as the case may be. I'd better send a signal to Lynn that I'm here, before it's too late.
No, this is an easy signal to send. Oh, look at that flashlight. It's Sissel! He's here! Up you go. I'm glad you're here, Sissel.
Sorry for the wait. Looks like this room's gonna fill up with water fast. We'd better get out that door as quick as we can.
We won't be getting out that door, I'm afraid. The water pressure's too great already. I can't open it.
What? What does water pressure mean?
Think of it as the force of the water holding the door closed. The water level keeps getting higher and higher in here.
So the only way out of here is up, huh?
Exactly.
Okay, got it. Let's look for a path that goes up.
Hey! Look at that ladder. I wonder if we can get it down somehow.
Good idea. Let's try it.
Oh, and by the way...
Yes?
I can't swim. Neither can Camila.
Don't you have any good news for me?
Let me think about it. In the meantime, could you hurry, please? Ah, sarcastic everyone. Well, let's see what we got. Well, we can try turning this handle. Anything. Does this do anything? Yes. Let out some steam. These will change the pressure as we get to this glove. Well, let's see what happens if we lower this. There we go. You did it, Sissel! Thanks! Man, I'm amazed you're able to joke around in a situation like this, honestly, Lynn, come to think of it. But I suppose humor is often a coping mechanism. What was that?
Looks like water seeping in isn't the only thing we have to worry about.
Huh? Sissel! The flashlight doesn't work anymore!
Hey, don't get mad at me.
Maybe the contacts are bad or something. Hey, I know! You can fix it with your powers!
Okay, now that's just taking things too far.
Nah, we're not gonna talk. Let's just see what happens if... I don't think we can fix it. Yeah, that's what I expected. I don't know if you know this, but I don't really like the dark.
You never mentioned that before.
Not only that, but... I can't swim. Yeah, I know!
You have mentioned that. That flashlight Lynn's holding. Wonder if I can use my powers to turn it on.
Well, we just tried. You can't. Oh wait, we can! Oh hey, great! Did you used to be an electrician in your past life or something?
That's a cruel question, considering the circumstances. Now all we have to do
is get to that door and we're safe! Darn it, Lynn. Well, it's not your fault you didn't have a secure footing. Ow. What happened now?
Looks like the submarine decided to rear up its hind legs.
I can't believe we're still okay after that fall. Either we're really lucky, or we're dead and we just haven't realized it yet.
Come on now, as if the latter could be true.
What now? Water sure is rising fast.
Come on. You'll just have to go up to the top. Let's see how I can help with my ghost tricks.
And if you die, we'll just try again.
Well, well. Think I see a familiar flame over there.
Sissel! There you are! How's it going?
How is it going? I'd say it was going pretty badly. You do understand how dangerous this situation is, don't you?
Of course! After all, just ask anybody who knows me how much I hate taking a bath!
Maybe he's been in danger of drowning before himself. Okay, ready to create a path for these ladies?
Of course! Let's see what we have here. Shaft, pipes, we have fans. Not sure what good we derive from swapping them as we just did, but... Why don't we swap? Oh, I get it, we can't swap the wheels because one of the wheels has holes. Yeah, I'll swap those, sure. Well, hold on. What are we... Why are we doing this? Like, what do we have to gain by swapping them? Anything? I'm not too sure on what we need to do right here to help them. Like, does that change anything? I can't help but think it doesn't. And we can't, say, swap this with that wheel that, that Missile came in on, can we? Oh, but we can move Sissel into here. So I guess that's what we're gonna do, isn't it? Man, this is the loyalest dog a person could ask for. Sissel, I mean. Does it even do anything? Maybe not. These pistons sticking out right in front of me. It's almost like they're taunting me. Maybe it's a challenge.
It might be just that. Think you can climb them?
Huh. If I wasn't holding Camila, I could probably do it easily. Sissel! You're not telling me Miss Lynn has to leave poor Miss Camila behind, are you?
Could you just be quiet for a minute, Missile? Those pistons sure do look like they could be used to our advantage.
Yeah, they look like stairs almost.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. The water's still rising. It's up to my knees. And it's freezing cold.
Just hold on. We better create a path. Fast.
Hang in there, Miss Lynn. Thanks, Missile. Well, I guess the question is, do these fans somehow correspond to the, you know, the size of the pistons that, like, are moved towards them? We have a medium fan? Hold on, what size are we? We have the medium fan there. We have the medium fan there, the medium fan here, and then the small fan. I don't know that this would change anything. Although now that I think about it, wasn't there a large one? Yeah, here we go. Okay, first things first, we have a medium fan. So, let's swap these. I'm just assuming that the different fan sizes will affect, you know, the size of the pistons that come on out. So maybe, for example, we put the large one at the bottom, so that the furthest come out there, and the small one goes at the top. Right? Because we want the smallest size to come out there. Hey, that's my guess. It's my theory. What? Oh, we're in the wrong object. Sorry. Alright, let's see how this works.
There. How about that?
Wow, this is great! You made a staircase for me.
You'd better hurry. I don't think that water is gonna wait for you.
Now this steam is getting in the way. It's too hot to get through.
What?
And there's no way to go around either. Think you can do something? Of course we can!
We have to.
We're not gonna let Lynn die. Death might not mean much to us, but All this, you know, even so. Uh-oh. How's Sissel gonna get up there? Well, hey, little doggy. You think you could maybe help Sissel get up there? By swapping out different fans? Or that's not gonna make a difference, is it? Because the fans' cores are all in the same spot. Yeah. Wait a minute. Look at this! If I swap the pipes...
It changes how the steam comes out, huh?
Oh, I get it. Because the cracks in each pipe are different, right?
So, each pipe sprays out the steam in a different way, eh? I bet that will come in handy.
Well... what happens if we swap these two? I know, Lynn, that this is not the time for experimenting. I understand that, like, fully, Lynn. Okay, I really do. Is there anything, like... Nah, these are just gears, not things we could swap for the pipes. We can't do this randomly. We have to have a strategy of some kind. So this one is now shooting out from the bottom, which is exactly what we, you know, want. So what happens if we swap these two? Huh? There's still steam coming out, but it's not nearly as much. But still, it's steam coming out. Oh yeah, actually, let's swap these two. We don't want these giant wait, what? Here comes that water again. Oh, I wish I could drink it all up for you. No, Missile, it's too salty.
I think the more relevant point is that he's dead, so we can't drink it.
Whatever. Just do something about this steam. Leave it to me, Miss Lynn. Thanks, Missile. There's gotta be some way for a Sissel to get up there, right? Like, he turns this on, and it lets him get on the wheels or something, right? Come on, right? He got, like, Sissel navigated through this machine before. He can do it again. Maybe his tricks are what we need to really solve this situation. So now we wait for the piston to rise back up, and we go to the fire extinguisher, into this wheel. What happens if we turn it? Is it gonna stop steam from coming out?
So by closing this valve, I've shut off the first steam flow to that first pipe.
Yeah? You have. Good point. Well, alright. So what was the pipe that was shooting out steam very tall from both sides? Okay. It was, the one is this one. So we're gonna swap that out for the one where there's no steam coming out now.
There! How does that look?
Looks great! All that horrible steam is cleared out of the way.
Okay, it's not far now. Try to move forward.
I mean, it's still hot. The pipes are. Okay, Lynn. Don't fall, Lynn. Don't look down, Lynn. Unless you need to see where your footholds. Look up there. If I can just make it to that door, we can escape. Now, how in the world am I going to get up there?
Don't yell at me.
If you want to yell, you can yell at me. Missile. How can I yell at you when you're so sweet about it?
I think you just did.
Let's look for something to pull Miss Lynn up with.
Yes, something to whisk Miss Lynn up and glide her ever so gently to the top with.
Hey, are you being sarcastic? She could try climbing that, but I don't think she's going to be able to, you know, as she is. We can't pull the switch. We can't lower the hook. And here's that door she was referring to. Is there a... What could we do here? Missile might be up to you. Or actually, wait. Oh, my bad. I was Missile. Oopsie, silly me. Missile, please move up to the door for a moment. Or over to that thing. That also works. First of all, we should probably open this, right?
If I can get this door open, Lynn can escape. I can't budge it. Must be stuck or something. Guess we'll have to wait for Lynn to use her miraculous power on it. But first we have to get her up here.
Yeah, Lynn is, packs a lot of strength, actually. Oh. All right. Now this is what I'm talking about. Okay, raise away. Careful, Lynn. I mean, your only foot holds that hook. Oh, great. Now the water, it used to be too cold. Now it's going to be boiling hot. Sorry, I can't open it. Open it. Hurry.
Is that any way to ask for something?
Yeah, Sissel's learned to not care so much about dying at this point, hasn't he? Yeah, we can't do it.
It's no use. I can't budge it. Must be stuck.
Oh no! Don't worry, there's still a hope here. No! What? I'm sorry? What?
What just happened? I can't believe my eyes. Lynn and the little lady suddenly vanished, leaving only darkness and seawater. The submarine continues to sink down into the deep, deep sea. But I still want to try and make my way up as far as possible. I still want to head up to find a single ray of light to illuminate the truth at the bottom of this deep, deep darkness. The upended submarine continues to sink, slowly but surely, a long, long journey to the bottom of the sea. Lynn and the little lady found the darkness and the salt water closing in on them, but at the very last second, something saved them. Now it looks down at them quietly. My head is filled with one giant question. What in the world is this thing? I see you managed to survive, detective.
Hey, you're...
Excuse my appearance. I seem to have lost my body. Oh, and you there. You're the ghost who's been saving Lynn all evening, aren't you? You knew about me all along? Of course. What else would explain all those unnatural things happening?
If you know, how come you didn't do anything about it all this time? And how come you decided to save us all of a sudden? I thought you wanted to get revenge on us.
I don't really know. Please, you gotta tell me. I need to know. Who in the world are you?
Sissel, look at you. What happened?
I can't hold on to that image of myself any longer. You can't remember who you are. That's right. I came all this way tonight trying to chase down my lost memory. For quite a bit of tonight, I thought I was you, Sissel. Sissel? My name isn't Sissel. I bet you'll remember really soon who you are and who I am too. What? The man in front of me is not me. I'm even further away from the truth. Or maybe not. Something is stirring in my mind, a memory about to emerge. Do I know this man? Now that I've shed my image of myself, I feel like I'm one step closer to the truth.
I was gonna say, you always say, oh, I'm further from the truth than ever, but no, you're not. By knowing you're not Sissel is closer to the truth. Maybe you are Sissel, since this guy isn't Sissel. Who is Sissel, then? Us?
They got us good. It's all over for this submarine. Its engine room's destroyed. There's a hole in the hull and it's sinking as we speak.
What are you doing here? I thought you had a deal with those people.
They betrayed me. I was a fool to trust them. They already have what they wanted now. The Temsic fragment. I didn't know they had it all figured out.
You mean they figured out the source of your powers?
Yeah. That meteorite's radiation has two effects on living creatures. It gives power and time.
If you don't mind, we'd like to hear more. This sadistic, vengeance-fueled monster is suddenly a little more talkative.
These 10 years, I've been watching that junkyard superintendent do his research. And I think I've kinda got some of it figured out. The meteorite's radiation gives spirits special powers. Like possessing and manipulating objects.
And in my case, swapping objects!
Exactly. Apparently, there are individual differences in the powers we get. And it seems these powers change as time goes by. They do? Yeah, my powers have changed over these past 10 years. At first, I could only manipulate small living creatures. Now then, how do you suppose we got these powers? It's simple.
It is? How then?
In a nutshell, we died while exposed to the energy emitted by the meteorite. Its radiation.
That's what does it? Dying while being exposed to the radiation.
On that day 10 years ago, a fragment of that meteorite pierced my heart, and I died.
In the same pose as you did tonight, actually.
So, of course, I received special powers.
Hey, wait a minute! Is that how I got my powers too? You know, you might be right. Aren't the Temsic remnants still right there in that park at the bottom of the crater?
You're right. So, that must mean I must have died in the presence of the meteorite's radiation, too. Another effect the meteorite's radiation has on us is that it gives us time.
The most valuable resource in the world, time is.
Again, I think this time effect is centered around the theme of death, but it's not all that clear. So the fact that I can return to 4 minutes before a person's death is another effect of that meteorite.
Well, of course it is. He said your ghost tricks came from it.
One of the characteristics of that meteorite is its ability to replay the moment of death.
Replay the moment of death? Ah, this is all so strange and confusing. I can't take it all in. It makes about as much sense to me as anything else.
Yeah, strange and confusing. That just about sums up the object that pierced my body that day. Thanks to that meteorite fragment, my very existence is a contradiction. What do you mean?
Then again, why should we trust this guy? I mean, he has a real sadistic streak.
That day.
Well, actually, I still think he's telling the truth.
When the fragment pierced my heart, I lost my life. However, because it remained inside of me, that fragment continued to constantly regenerate my body. In other words, my body was continuously cycling between the moments that separated my life and death.
What?
My body's vital functions stopped 10 years ago. But my body's time is perpetually stopped at the moment just before death. Time just stopped, huh? So I just simply existed, not really alive and not really dead. That pretty much sums up these last 10 years for me, ever since that incident in the park. My body hasn't aged a day. My hair hasn't grown an inch. Come to think of it, that old pigeon guy mentioned something. He said he couldn't cut this guy's body with the scalpel.
So, I guess, as soon as an incision was made, his body would be regenerated. Wow.
Before I left this country, I wanted to do one thing. I wanted to get revenge on the people who stole our lives.
Our lives?
As part of the deal, I made those guys promise to cooperate.
Cooperate? You mean the kidnapping?
It all went fine. I manipulated the justice minister and made him issue the execution order. But I thought he might call off the execution at the last second. So, that's why he wanted his daughter kidnapped.
But they kidnapped the wrong girl.
Little did I know. They had their own reasons for cooperating with me.
Huh?
Their objective was to wipe out everybody who had to do with Temsic. Detective Jowd was one such person, so they were happy to cooperate. Inspector Cabanella and that junkyard super, they were slated to be wiped out too. And as it turns out, I was one of their targets as well. So they stole my Temsic fragment, and here I am. But they had one more, final target. You, detective.
Me? So that's why those hitmen were after her, huh?
If you weren't there in the park that day 10 years ago, I never would have thought of doing something as stupid as taking a hostage.
Okay. But I was just a little kid playing in the park.
Yeah, I know.
Huh?
10 years later, and you'd become a detective looking into Jowd's case. Tonight, I invited you to a quiet spot on the edge of town. It was a trap, you see. I told you who I was. You never saw my face that day 10 years ago, so of course you didn't recognize me. I took possession of you to make you shoot me. Your subconscious resisted me. Such incredible power. It was the first time I wasn't able to control somebody completely. The aim was off and the first shot missed the mark. The junkyard was equipped with security cameras. I knew you'd be wanted for murder. That was my plan, anyway. But they had other ideas. They simply wanted you wiped out. But then, something threw a big monkey wrench into their scheme. I showed up. I was supposed to meet up with them after that. But then something went wrong.
What happened?
My body disappeared. Aha! The inspector in white was responsible for that one. My precious bargaining chip was in that body. I had to get it back no matter what. That inspector caused me no end of trouble.
But why were those people targeting me? I never even heard of the Temsik meteorite.
Because you were looking into the Jowd case. They thought you would find out about Temsik sooner or later.
But aren't they going to go to the park to dig up the fragment? I mean, don't they want the whole meteorite if they know about this case?
And that's pretty much the whole story. The only thing left to do now is wait for water pressure to crush this submarine.
Oh no!
There are no cores that link from here to the water's surface. I have an idea. We hook up to the phone line and... there are no communication cables down this deep. They meant for this submarine to be my coffin. A coffin for the dead. There's no escape.
I think I kind of understand now. What you've been feeling these 10 years.
You what?
The feeling cut off from the world, all alone in a submarine, sinking slowly toward the bottom of an endless sea. This must be how you felt all along. Lynn? Camila! Is it true? We're stuck here? What? Oh, If my dad was here, I bet he'd save us. Oh, Camila! I'm so sorry!
That's funny. What is it, Sissel? There's something I don't understand. Why would they go to all the trouble of detaching the control room? What? Why didn't they just steal the Temsic fragment and escape, if that's what they wanted? Why did they have to jettison your body off into the sea? That's a good question. But I guess it doesn't matter why now. We'll never find it again. We have no idea where it was launched to.
Wait a minute! Yes, we do! This will tell us where Detective Jowd is.
That present from the inspector in white.
That's right! Detective Jowd told me to hold on to it for him. And the bullet is still in this person's body in the command room, right? Then we should be able to tell exactly where it is with this.
But even if we find out where it is, how do we get there?
We should be able to figure something out between the three of us. With our powers. Right, Miss Lynn? Right. Oh, and wait a minute. What about a torpedo?
A torpedo?
In any case, it's way too early to give up.
Looks like Detective Jowd is our last hope.
Come on, let's get started.
You sure are an optimist, Lynn.
Well, maybe that's just what you need to be in these sorts of, in a situation like this. Oh, this is... Wait, I thought this was the room that was jettisoned.
Why is this machine shoving grapes at me?
Well, this looks like the private cabin of the top officer, doesn't it? This machine is probably for feeding him grapes while he lies in bed. Oh, it sounds heavenly.
I've been thinking about this for a while now. But don't you think that country's use of technology is just a little off? Says the guy who made a deal with said country.
Anyway, it looks like the arm of this machine's a bit busted. Yeah, really does, doesn't it? So, if we need to launch, a torpedo does make sense. I'm surprised that I didn't think of that. There still are more in here, right? Right. Still not high enough. Here we go! The torpedo room, huh?
There might be another torpedo left there. I'll go check it out.
Oh, I get it! You're going to use a missile to ram the control room!
Well, I don't know about ram. We don't want to blow Detective Jowd up. But something like that.
We'll climb up to the torpedo room, too. Up is definitely safer.
Okay, I'll see you there then.
They'll make it. Missil's there to help. It looks like the torpedoes can be launched manually with these switches. There are 2 tubes, so there should be 1 more left. I guess the first thing we have to do is load it into the tube. When it comes to missiles, you can count on me! I'll enter the coordinates of the command room into the torpedo. Good thing she figured out the user interface. And I just turned on the backup power. We ought to be able to use the switches now.
Okay, let's try it.
Good luck. I'm amazed how optimistic you can be in such a hopeless situation. But then again, that's what you gotta do. So, guess we're gonna lower the switch.
This switch won't budge. Maybe it's broken? But I don't think the entire device is broken, though. Would probably work just fine if only I could move this switch. We'll have to find a way to move it somehow. But I can't do it with my powers alone.
Well, it's a good thing that Missil's here to switch that switch with another switch. What will happen to these 2 ladies?
I think that's up to us and our powers.
What?
This is no time to be standing around unsure of ourselves. Will you lend me your strength, Missile?
Me? Of course I will. Count on it. Well, actually, I guess you need to move out of that switch for now. Now, let's try it now.
What luck?
I think a missile was just about to kill us a minute ago, and now it's our salvation.
There we go. That torpedo looks serviceable.
I'll sit on this end too. But something's odd.
What is?
The command room. It looks like it's slowly sinking.
Sinking?
Yeah, like it's completely run out of power. I wonder what happened.
I don't know, but I guess I'll find out.
Right. Okay, hop into the missile. I'll launch it for you.
Okay, thanks.
I suppose Missile should probably come with us. Missile? I've already set the torpedo's course. It'll head toward the command room where Detective Jowd is. 12 seconds after launching, it'll pass by the command room for an instant. That instant will be your window of opportunity to jump over to the command room.
Okay, got it. And then we'll find a way to come back and save you. That'll probably be my last task tonight. Just hold on until we get back.
You know what, Sissel, or not Sissel, whatever you are.
Okay, come on, Missile. Missile?
I'm sorry. I can't go.
What?
I just can't! How could I leave? I can't leave Miss Lynn and Miss Camila behind! I can't do it!
Missile.
I swapped the switches so the missile can be launched. You'll have to do the rest, Sissel!
I can't do it either. I can't ask Missile to come with me after that. I understand exactly how he feels.
But once, Sissel, doesn't even matter who he is, to some extent. Hasn't he formed a new identity, found himself in his adventure tonight? I want you to go, Missile. What? But Miss Lynn! You staying here won't change our fate. But if you do go with Sissel, you might be able to make something happen. And that's our only hope. But what if that something doesn't happen? I'll never be able to see you again. Never, ever again. Even I can understand that. I couldn't stand that. Don't worry, Missile. Miss Camila? I just know you and Sissy can make something happen. I believe in you. I'll be right here waiting for you. We'll see each other then. Don't worry. Miss Camila! That's a good boy, Missile. Now, are you ready? Remember, it's 12 seconds after I throw this switch.
We're ready.
Sissel?
Yes?
We never found out who you really were. But that doesn't matter now. All I know is I'm truly glad I met you tonight. Thank you for everything.
And I'm glad I met you, Detective.
But we're going to see each other again, right, Sissy? Right, Missile?
That's right. We promise, little lady.
Of course we will! I'll never forget you, no matter what happens.
Here goes, then.
Good luck, friend.
These 12 seconds are lasting an eternity. I strive to think of a way to save Lynn and the little lady the whole time. But how can a ray of light, of hope, reach this far down into the deep sea? Before I can think of an answer, the 12 seconds are up. Detective Jowd!
I bet that big masked man did this. I'm going to bite him.
You'd better not. You might break your teeth. The command room's lost power and is sinking. So I wonder what this masked man's going to do.
Let's talk to Detective Jowd. Based on his remarks earlier, I suspect the masked man may be prepared to just, die.
Sorry for the wait, Detective Jowd. Who are you? Are you Sissel? Please excuse my appearance. I can't believe you made it here. How is Camila? And what about Lynn? Well, it's kind of a long story. I told Detective Jowd about everything that happened on the submarine Yonoa. So the submarine is badly damaged. Why would he do that to his own submarine? I wish I knew.
I know the answer to that one. Oh wait, you're here? What?
It's because he's afraid of my powers. You followed us? I didn't even notice. It's been 10 long years, Detective Jowd. Are you Yomiel? So you remember me, do you? How could I possibly forget? So that's your real name, huh? Yomiel? That's right. But those people on the Yonoa were calling you Sissel. That's just an alias I was using for my deal with them. I didn't see any need to tell them my real name. Could you do me a favor? Would you let me ask you some questions? I've been trying to find out my true identity all night. Sure, go ahead. I'm sure there's plenty we can still tell you. Right, Detective Jowd? Right.
All right, Yomiel. What nationality is Yomiel? Yomiel? I mean, it sounds kind of like Daniel, or Gabriel, or some other angelic name. Or, well, Daniel isn't the name of an angel, it's the name of a prophet, but... yeah, it sounds sort of Hebrew, I guess.
10 years ago, you were a top systems engineer, weren't you?
Systems engineer? What's that? By the way, I'm a top Pomeranian, you know.
Well, it's kind of hard to explain to a dog, but it's a person who's good at using computers. Now, I don't mean to brag, but I was one of the best in the industry. That's how I got roped into joining that project. Project? What project? It was a project aimed at reorganizing the nation's top secret information. The goal was to build a new system using multi-dimensional programming theory. I was asked to join the project by an agent of the government.
It doesn't sound like something a top Pomeranian would know anything about.
To me, it just sounded like another challenging job. However, this project was also the target of a secret plot. I bet you can imagine the kind of crime the nation's top secrets might attract. I never thought for the life of me I'd ever have to deal with spies. It was never made public, but every organization in the country moved on this one. And then one day, the name of a certain programmer emerged as a suspect. I was the guy who built the core of the system. The police arrested you, and then that incident happened. He escaped from the interrogation room and took little Lynn as a hostage. By the way, Detective Jowd, when was it that I was proven innocent? About 6 months after your death. I'm so sorry, Yomiel. 10 years ago. My soul was split from my body, and I lost everything. I was sealed in eternal darkness. I existed in this world, no question about that. But nobody noticed my presence. What good were my powers? They didn't help anybody. Not even the passage of time could heal my pain. In fact, it only made it worse. I wanted to disappear. But I wasn't even allowed to do that. The way Lynn described it is exactly right. Sinking slowly toward the bottom of an endless sea. An overwhelming feeling of loneliness and despair. And I wanted all of you to suffer what I was suffering. And so that's why you murdered Alma. That's right. I wanted you to know what it was like to lose everything you cared about. I wanted you to feel the same pain I felt. What? It was the twisted wish of a mind poisoned by infinite loneliness. And then, as I was plotting my revenge, I had an idea. I came up with a plan to use these powers of mine to make a deal. There's something I just don't understand about that deal. I'm sure your powers would be very valuable to them. But What would you get out of the deal? A new life. Life? I asked them for 2 conditions. Number 1 was that they help me with my revenge plot. And the second was a rebirth for me. Rebirth? A new beginning, eh? I didn't care if it was a fake life, an artificial life. I just wanted a physical receptacle for my soul, a name, an identity, an everyday life. I wanted to grow old in a society that would accept me. And finally, I wanted to die surrounded by a loving family. That's the kind of life I asked them for. A completely man-made life. That's right. I knew I couldn't hope for anything more than that. To make it all come true, I knew it would take a lot of money and a lot of power. That's why I decided to ask a national government to help me. And their response, in the end, was betrayal. They were making their moves much more carefully than I suspected. They sent spies to this country and researched my powers on their own. And they even figured out what Temsic was all about. And you had no idea they were doing all this? None at all. I was a fool. So then, why did they go to all the trouble of making a deal with you? Why didn't they just steal a hunk of the Temsic meteorite from the park? They couldn't. Huh? After the manipulator incidents, research was conducted in this country too. A report was submitted to the government about the source of the manipulator's power. By Inspector Cabanella and the old pigeon guy, eh? At first, the government didn't believe the report. But then they decided to put the park under surveillance, just in case. Surveillance, huh? It just looks like an ordinary, peaceful park, but there are armed agents there at all times. Don't tell me that odd leaflet guy is one of them. No, not him. He's just some plain old odd person. That park is like a silent battlefield on an international scale. So, that's why you couldn't steal the Temsic meteorite. And lately, under the pretense of building a housing site, they've been working on a plan to destroy that park in order to secure the Temsic meteorite. So that's it, eh? So the upshot of your grand deal was this, huh? Yeah, it's the ending I deserve. Oh. But at least there's one thing you must be happy about. What's that? You've managed to seal me away at the bottom of the sea forever. Well, shall we get started? Started with what? Bringing Detective Jowd back to life, of course. What? What good will that do now?
But we promised! We promised Miss Lynn and Miss Camila we'd save them!
And we can't do that without you, Detective Jowd. I've been guided by fate tonight to this place. I won't give up now. All right, fine. Let's see where it leads us. Here we go then. back to 4 minutes before your death.
Oh boy, this I expect might be the last time that Sissel rewinds time.
So, where are we headed?
We are not headed anywhere, Detective.
What?
There was only enough fuel on board to launch us away, Detective. We will run out soon, and that will be our destination, Detective.
What are you talking about? That would mean that you're trapped here too!
By the way, I am not human, Detective. Well, no wonder that, Yomiel thought this country could build a new body for him. I am a remote-controlled robot, Detective.
What? Your country's use of technology is just plain off.
We get that a lot, Detective.
Why would you go to all the trouble to do this? There's nothing but a shell there. It's hardly a threat anymore.
Commander Sith likes to provide against any possibility, no matter how small, Detective.
Possibility? What are you talking about?
There is no need for you to know, Detective. Now it is time to say goodbye, Detective. In the end, your fate remains the same, it seems, Detective.
Ugh! Camila, forgive me. It isn't over yet.
It isn't?
Remember what that big masked man said. Any possibility, no matter how small. Possibility. In other words, there must be a chance here somewhere. The possibility of turning this situation around.
You know, all this time I thought that Sissel was pretty stylish. Now, though, I see that, it was Yomiel who had this sense of style.
Huh?
What is it, Detective?
Look at Yomiel's shell. There's no aura emanating from his body. Of course there isn't. The Temsic fragment's gone. Could this change in his shell give us some kind of lead?
I was just thinking that wouldn't we be able to go back to 4 minutes before he was shot? I guess I dare. But if we undid that, then none of this would happen.
I figured it out. I know what this possibility, no matter how small, is that they are afraid of. What is it? My time was perpetually stopped, thanks to the power of Temsic. His body cycled between the moments that separated his life and death. Right, but not anymore. The Temsic fragment has been taken away. Exactly. So what does that mean? I get it. Your body won't come back to life anymore. The moment the Temsic fragment was removed, my shell became a regular corpse. So, let's see. That means we can go back to 4 minutes before your death.
But wait a minute. Exactly when is that death?
That's simple. We'll find out. When we get there, let's move.
Yeah, is that death 10 years ago, or was it when they removed the Temsic fragment?
I fell through the cracks of time for what seemed like forever. And then I saw it. The final death at the end of this long night. Who exactly am I? I've already seen all of the clues. All I have to do now is remember. The final journey to the truth starts now. When was Yomiel's death? It was 10 years ago when the Temsic meteorite fell. We traveled back through time and now we're here at the scene of that death. The start of it all is about to replay itself.
What I find... I still have no idea at all who Sissel is. Who's left? Who is left that he could be? Of course, we don't know who Ray is either, but... It's ready!
Hold it! Give it up. Do you really think you can outrun me? Now just calm down and drop that weapon. Stay back. If you come any closer, I'll shoot her. Huh? Oh, a kitten. Shoo, you might get hurt. Are you okay? You're all right now. Are you hurt?
You saved me, mister?
I was just doing my job. The gods, they're the ones who saved you.
What's your job, mister?
Me? I'm a police detective. So that's the Temsic meteorite, eh? It's beautiful, looking at it from this angle. It changed all of our fates completely. We can't stop Temsic from falling from the sky, but we might be able to protect you from that fragment and save your life. I don't know. What's the matter, Detective Jowd? To be perfectly honest, I'm scared. If that meteorite fragment doesn't get him, I'm pretty sure I would have shot him. We might not be able to change your fate of dying. I can accept that. What I did is inexcusable. No matter how the future might change, that fact will never go away. If my fate's to die here, then I accept that. This will be our last battle against fate. Beyond that will be a new future.
Okay, let's get started.
So it ends in the beginning, huh? Now, how we gonna save you? If Lynn would just wander off somewhere, that would solve everything. When her sweet potato is almost ready, she's not gonna budge from that spot. But you know, it makes me wonder. A little girl all alone in the park, listening to some music and roasting a sweet potato. What kind of childhood did this girl have?
Doesn't everybody have at least one day in their life like that? Give her a break.
Anyway, Lynn won't budge from that spot. Then we'll just have to have the fragment move instead.
How do we know she won't budge, though? We haven't even tried yet. What do we got here? Nozzle, roasted sweet potato, and her headphones. Oh, is those the same headphones that were broke earlier this evening? I could easily imagine that they are. There's another nozzle. But what can we do with any of this stuff? Not much that I can see. Okay, her potato's ready. And now, here comes Jowd and Yomiel. Yomiel takes the girl, and then the cat shows up. Here we go.
What in the world is this thing? Oh boy, you even forgot what a sweet potato is. It's a roasted root vegetable. It's good. It is nothing like them on a cold winter's day.
They're sweet and they smell delicious!
These guys are making me want to try one.
Not sure what good turning these up would possibly do us. Hey, hold on. Yeah! There's something up here. Oh! It's that statue that, the mascot of the park. Why can't we switch the basket with the sweet potato? Well, anyway. Sissel. Is it because the basket has like a cloth sticking out of it? Yeah, it's also a little bit differently shaped. Well, we can turn this up. What are you doing? You're going to hurt poor Miss Lynn's ears!
I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking. You really startled her. You even made her drop her sweet potato. I know how much this girl loves her food, too. Anyway, at least her fate's been changed, albeit ever so slightly.
Yeah, now Sissel has a path. Time is of the essence. Alright, here we go. Here's an entire sweet potato. She must have brought it with her here. And it's the same shape as those statues. So we have the post lantern. Oh, but we can't get down to that sweet potato. Oh! No, we can't quite reach that. If we just move these around a little, like if we say put that big statue in the center on this post, in that case, that might be a shield to protect Yomiel from the fragment. I suppose the real question then is, well, I don't know, this post might not support it and it could just fall and crush him and Lynn, and that wouldn't be very good now, would it? Oh. Not sure what good that does us. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Can we get to the potato now? No? No, we can't. Time is of the essence, is all I can say.
That's some pretty spirited water there. That's what's known as a fountain.
With that much force, I bet it could lift me right up into the air.
Lift you into the air, huh? He's right. It just might be able to lift something if it was small enough. Like that thing that just went floating by, for example.
Oh. Well, we missed our chance, so... what we gotta do is we gotta jettison that potato into the air so that Missile can swap the potato out for the various items on top of the fountain. Who would have thought that in the end this would all come down to a potato? Okay. So we have this half a potato. Now we can rock the boat, so to speak. Now, Missile, you really don't need to be there right now. You need to go up to your headphones and then up to this post. Now back to you. Oh wait, hold on. No. We need to trick the nozzle that sprays the water. There we go. Okay. Oh dear. Here's what we're gonna do now. What? Oh, look at that sweet potato.
Oh, darn. That's not a sweet potato, Missile. That's Mino.
Oh, right, of course. But look at them, the potato and Mino. Right now, they both have the same shape.
So you're saying you could swap them, huh? Good idea, Missile.
Okay, here I go. And I'm going to need your help.
My help?
Yeah, we already screwed this up. It's too late because you can't get over there to the nozzle to spray it again. So we gotta, okay, I see what we need to do. Sissel needs to be in that potato. You know, Sissel now looks like he looks in the logo. A little flame with glasses. Alright, Missile. For now, you go here, you go up here. Okay, Sissel. Sissel. We only have a few seconds here before that meteorite comes plummeting down, Sissel. Now there goes the potato, and now spray, and now go into the potato. There we go. Who would have thought this would all come down to a potato in the end, huh? Alright. Swap those. But why? Why did I do that? Okay, here's why I did it, maybe. Oh, crap. Well, can he... No, he can't quite get up there. Oh, Sissel! Why can't you get out of the... Oh, wait, hold on. No, the water is going to come down in a few seconds, and that is when we're going to be able... Okay. And now, trick again. And ghost. We go back to here. Swap these. Swap these! The potato for Mino!
Oh, look! The lamppost is bending.
But it hasn't broken yet!
It really is a wonder it hasn't snapped. It just might hold out for a little while longer. If I recall, the Timsic fragment smashed through this glass lantern on its way down. But if Mino sits firmly in its way, then fate should change!
Well, I think we've done all we can. I mean, I think. What more can we do? We've put Mino in place. It's about time for that meteorite to come down!
Don't worry, Missile. I think we're ready for it. Look what's right in the fragment's path.
Oh, okay. That giant sweet potato. If anything can get in the way, that ugly monster can.
Ouch. Anyway, now the fragment's path ought to change.
And it will all be undone. Our adventure with Lynn and the rest of them never will have happened.
There! How's that?
Look! The fragment's course! It changed a little!
Now Yomiel's fate should really change. Wait a minute. Take another look at the fragment's trajectory. Now that it's changed, what's in its path? In its path? No! Detective Jowd! The Temsic fragment shot through his leg. What? But the cruel twists of fate weren't over yet. Come on, put it down. Huh? Jowd, put the gun down. Now. If you don't, you're going to shoot him. I don't know if it's his detective training or what. But even though he's shaking from the pain, the gun doesn't waver. Put the gun down! No! I knew it. This is my true fate. In the end, I stole his life away with my own hands.
I won't let that happen!
Missile! The bullet is stopped in midair!
I'm here inside the bullet! Now let's swap it with something!
What? With what? Detective Jowd, the meteorite fragment is what made you pull the trigger. We won't let you become a murderer. We have to prove that murder isn't the detective's true fate. And to do that, we have to stop this bullet. There must be something the same shape as the bullet around here.
Why, they used this same trick not, just a minute ago. But sure enough, there is.
A potato. Oh no. We stopped the bullet. But we still couldn't save him. That's not true. My fate of getting pierced through the back might not have changed, but I'm still alive. What? I'm not dead. I'm just unconscious. Okay, so your fate of death has changed, but still, this fate is just too painful to watch, in every sense. I don't think so. As long as I'm alive, that's good enough for me. But we were overlooking one thing. The wheel of fate was still slowly turning. Look out! Wake up! You've got to get out of here! Damn it! My leg won't work!
It's all over! We're out of time! Miss Lynn!
It's not over yet!
But there isn't anything else to swap with!
Why don't we just let it play out and then try to find another way next time? Even if she dies, all you have to do is possess her corpse. and then you can redo her last 4 minutes as many times as it takes. No, I won't do that. Why not? Sure, the fact of her death would be erased, but her memory of it would remain like a scar on her psyche. I won't let that happen. Not if I can help it.
But what can we do now? Even if we work together.
I think there might be something that can be done.
What is it? What can Sissel and I do?
Don't forget, I'm here too. With 3 kinds of powers among us, we ought to be able to fight this battle. This battle against the fate of death. Yomiel! Sissel, your power's manipulating objects. Use your power to manipulate this. Huh? I don't get it. Just trust me. Let's go. Alright, I'll try to move here.
Well, I don't know what you're thinking of.
Now gather your strength and make it spray as if your life depended on it. I'm dead though. In that case, make it spray as if your death depended on it. Give it your all. And remember, you'll only have a split second.
Okay, I'll do it.
Now it's your turn, Missile.
What? Me? But what can I do?
I think you know the answer to that.
Okay, got it.
You can swap them. That hunk of concrete will go back to its original position.
But even if I swap them, it'll still be right above Miss Lynn.
Don't worry.
Okay, I'll do it. I'll swap them. And now he can possess somebody and move Lynn out of the way. It's no use! We can't stop that horrible Mino!
What can we do now? I don't see how gaining a second or 2 helped. Oh, it helped all right. Those few seconds were exactly what I wanted. Last up, it's my turn. Your turn. You know what my power is, right? I can manipulate living creatures. Wait a minute! You mean... That's right. I'm going to save that little girl. Save her by manipulating my own unconscious body. Ye gods. Ah, you're awake.
Hey, mister, is your knee okay?
Huh? Oh, it'll be fine. It's just a scrape. I'm lucky it wasn't a fatal hit, but the main thing is that you're not hurt.
You saved me, mister.
I was just doing my job. The gods, they're the ones who saved you.
What's your job, mister?
Me? I'm a police detective. Do you think you could go call the police for me? I think you could do it quicker than I could.
But... What's that?
This is a detective's badge. We give them to children who've been very brave.
A detective's badge?
Okay, you know what to do, little detective. Are you alive? Yeah, sadly. Hang on, help is coming. What made you do such a reckless thing? To be perfectly honest, I don't really know. When I came to, my body was already moving by itself. It was as if somebody else was controlling me. I see. But you know, I'm glad it happened.
Hey, mister. I found this kitten. It was over there.
Come to think of it, I just saw it a few minutes ago. It's probably a stray.
It's kind of limp. Is it okay?
I don't know. I think it's unconscious. That's funny. Doesn't look like it's injured or anything.
Poor little kitty.
How about if I take it to my house and look after it? Would you like to come home with me, little kitten? Well, looks like his fate just changed in a big way. Whose fate? That kitten's, of course. Sissel's. Sissel? The name Sissel echoes in my head. That's my real name. These long, lonely 10 years, you were my one and only friend. How about it? Do you remember now? Old friend?
I think I finally remember. 10 years ago, I was a little kitten that wandered into this park. I was weak and all alone in the world. Somebody, please look at me.
Huh? Oh, a kitten. Shoo, you might get hurt.
Somebody, please reach out a hand to me.
I had just only died at the time. I'd lost everything. My life, my memory. My body wouldn't move anymore, but I still managed to reach out a hand to him. The next thing I knew, my soul had transferred to the black kitten. With no recollection of who I was, I lived as a cat with you for a while.
After a while, the man regained his memory. I went back to being just a cat. And then the man got his body back.
I took my body back from the morgue. There was somebody I just had to go see. Just one more time. I took control of my body and hurried to her house. But I was just a little too late. I had just missed her as she left this world. She left me with a note that said, "I'm coming to you, Yomiel."
The man named me Sissel. It was the name of something important he had lost, along with his life. His fiancée. He told me about it once, but I didn't understand what it was. Those 10 years were very happy for me, but they weren't happy for the man, and there was nothing I could do for him.
For 10 years I wandered through darkness with no particular place to go. As time passed, my powers gradually changed. At first, I could only manipulate small creatures and objects. But then, after a while, I could manipulate people. That's when the darkness inside me deepened, and I started to get a little twisted. I wanted light. Distorted artificial light. When I got my revenge on Lynn, I would see that light. Or at least, that's what I tried to believe. I left my old self buried in that junkyard and walked away. The Black Cat. I was possessing Sissel then. It wouldn't look very much like a murder if the corpse got up and walked away after all. So you borrowed the body of your old friend. Sissel was inside that bag I was carrying tonight. I had no intention of leaving my friend behind in this country when I left. But then, when I went to possess his body, I realized something horrible. What was that? Sissel, there inside the bag, was dead. What? I wasn't able to control her completely. The first bullet didn't hit anything. Or so I thought. But it did hit something, didn't it? It hit Sissel inside that bag.
Yes, that's when I lost my life. Right there in the presence of Temsic radiation. And so it was Lynn who killed him. And that's when I got my powers of the dead, my ghost tricks. I think I understand it now. Why I was the only one who couldn't get his memory back. It was because I thought that corpse was me. It was the only corpse I could see at the time, after all. But, as it turns out, it wasn't the only dead body. My true death was hiding just behind that corpse. Now that I think about it, do you remember what you said? That you knew all along about me saving Lynn tonight? If you knew, why didn't you try to stop me?
It's simple. Because I couldn't, even if I wanted to.
Huh? Why not?
Remember the thing about individual differences in the powers we get? I can control all kinds of things, from the living to the dead. But even so, there are some things you can do that I can't.
You mean...
I can't rewind time, let alone change the fate of a death. If I could do those things, I would have saved your life. Not only that, but I never would have just let my fiancée stay dead like that.
But you're here 10 years in the past now.
That's thanks to your powers. I just tagged along with you. In any case, now the starting point of this entire tragedy has changed dramatically, altering fate. The fate of your death. The kitten Sissel's fate. And I can just bet you the fate of the woman you love has changed too. Yes, I believe you're right.
So, this was the last fate to be averted, eh?
So, Yomiel, it looks like your plan for revenge ended in failure. Yes, and I'm glad too.
I think I kind of understand now. What you've been feeling these 10 years.
She understood. She shed tears for me. That's when my revenge was over. She saved me from the darkness.
Well, I guess it's time we got back. A new 10 years later was just born.
Right. We should get back to our new present.
I can't wait to see Miss Lynn and Miss Camila again! So these past 10 years will now all vanish.
Well, not completely. The memories of all of us here will remain, including the memory of what I did, my crime. That's the way this game of the dead works, eh? And no matter what the reason, there's no denying the fact that I took Lynn hostage and tried to point a gun at her. I have no intention of running away from that either. The most inexcusable crime in my new life. Hey, Sissel.
Yes?
When we go back, our fates will no longer be interconnected. It will be like we never met. So, before that happens, I just wanted to say one thing. Tonight, I stole away your life with my own hands. I'm truly sorry.
That's already a thing of the lost past. Our fates have changed now. Right, Yomiel?
Thank you, Sissel. I'm so very glad I met you.
Me too, Yomiel. Sissel! Are we ever going to see each other again? I couldn't stand it if we weren't! Don't worry, Missile. I bet we'll see each other again someday. 10 years from now, our paths are sure to cross. We'll just have to wait until then. Sissel! I'll never forget you! I'll never forget you either, valiant little doggy.
Well, it looks like you come to live with me now. So let's be getting home, little black cat.
Home, huh? That sounds good, Detective Jowd. We all witnessed the birth of a new beginning, and now, we're each going back to our own new present. We said goodbye to the parts of our stories that would be lost, believing that someday our paths would all cross again. Before you go back to the present, I wanted to thank you. Before I cease to exist. Oh, it's you! Yes, it is I, Ray, in case you have forgotten again. Thanks to you, everything has turned out as I had hoped. I'm really grateful to you, Sissel. Thank you. But don't forget, I was only on a journey to find my own lost memory. Yes, I know that. I know all about you. Can I ask you a question, Ray? I want to know, who exactly are you? Fair enough. I will tell you. Let me tell you about another version of tonight's events. You changed the fates of many people tonight. The first of which was hers. If you had not been there for her tonight, her fate would have been to die in that lonely spot on the outskirts of town. If that had occurred, what do you suppose would have happened? Let me tell you a story. The story of a little creature. After they stole her life that night, they broke into her apartment. They stole the wooden box from the ceiling hiding place and left. And in the process, two little dead bodies were left behind. However, the little fellow's spirit lived on. He desperately reached out his paw toward his mistress, and that's when a miracle occurred. What? Look at that! The powers of the dead! But how? He didn't really understand it himself. Not yet, anyway. But, with all you know now, I bet you understand it, do you not? Hey, wait a minute. That's right. He died inside the aura of that strange energy. But unfortunately, with his meager powers, he was unable to save his little mistress. There just wasn't anything he could do with only the power to swap objects. He needed the power to manipulate objects in order to save the little lady. The little fellow chased after the men, but there still wasn't anything he could do. In the end, he was left behind with the man in red in the deep, deep sea. And then, he went back. He went back to the world of 10 years before, to the moment of the man in red's death. What? He decided to wait it out. He decided to wait until that night came again. Oh. And that's the other version of the story of this night. A story that has taken these 10 years to be retold. So that was you, huh? That's right. I'm Missile. 10 years is a very long time in dog years. You couldn't change the fates of those people on your own, so you decided to wait those 10 years out. Exactly. And then, at last, that fateful night rolled around again. By this time, I had grown old, and my powers were weak. So I decided I needed to find somebody to help me this time around. Somebody who possessed different powers than me. But wait a second! You were able to manipulate that desk lamp? Over the course of the long years, my powers changed. My ability to swap objects weakened, but I became able to manipulate small objects. But in that case, why didn't you cooperate with yourself? Because I couldn't. Huh? From watching the Man in Red, I found out that there were individual differences in our powers. I couldn't do any of the things he could do. Like travel through the telephone lines, for example. What? It may not seem like much, but it's a very important power. Especially if you're trying to chase somebody. But there's something I still don't understand. You knew from the very beginning that I had that power. How did you know so much about me? Why wouldn't I? After all, we'd met before, on that night the first time around. We what? We met before? From listening to the conversation of the two intruders to the apartment, I learned that Miss Lynn had lost her life at that junkyard on the edge of town. I followed the ghost world paths to the junkyard and came upon an incredible scene. Imagine, if you will, there in the darkness, a twisting and swiveling desk lamp. It made my furs stand on end, I can tell you. That was me? So, I was shot on that night the first time around as well. You had lost your memory that time, too. You just died and you felt confused. You declined to cooperate with me. I did what? I just want to find my own lost memory. I'm sorry, but I can't help you. That's what you said. And then you disappeared. Away over the telephone line. I'm really sorry I didn't help you. That's why I decided that, this time, I would use that desire of yours to our mutual advantage. Mutual advantage? The only thing you were interested in was finding your own lost memory. If I could guide you along the right path to doing that, we would both benefit. And namely, the right path would be the path to the man in red, to Yomiel. What? I gave you the information you needed to know to set you in the right direction, and then I gave you a time limit. A time limit? That's right. As you know, I said you only had until tomorrow morning. If I hadn't done that, you wouldn't have found out the truth tonight. And the man in red would have been sealed away at the bottom of the sea forever. If that had happened, it would have all been over. Then, you mean that thing about ceasing to exist? Oh, that. Completely made up. A little naughty of me, I know. But I just wanted you to use your time wisely. Oh boy. I hate to admit it, but this little doggy really outsmarted me in every way. Let's just call it the wisdom that comes with age. And now it's time to say farewell. These past 10 years will cease to exist, and with them so will I. Sissel, I believed in you. I always knew you could do it. And so you did. Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Sissel. So you waited and waited these 10 long years. All for the sake of your two ladies, Lynn and Camilla, eh? Of course! Because that's what doggies do! Now then, farewell, Sissel. And so the story of a single night came to an end. Nobody but us knew what had really happened in this town tonight. I made my way back to a new present. Were you surprised? You bet I was. You nearly scared me to death. Yippee! It worked! But it's not even my birthday today. It was my mom's birthday the day before yesterday. I made this surprise for her, but it came out so well I wanted to use it again.
That's all right, Lynn. After all, we're celebrating the birth of your new position as detective, right?
Really? Thank you, Detective Jowd. Dad, you're home.
Hi, Camila. Let me introduce you. This is Lynn. She was just assigned to the detective division today.
Hi, Camila. It's nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too, Lynn. Congratulations on becoming a detective. Huh? Is something wrong? You have one of those badges, too. Oh, this? Yeah. I have one just like it. My dad gave it to me the other day. But yours looks a lot older than mine, though.
How long are you going to keep wearing that toy badge, Lynn?
What's wrong with it? To me, this is the symbol of a real detective.
It's been 10 years since then, hasn't it? Who would have guessed you'd actually become a detective one day?
When you gave me this badge, I just knew. I knew it was my destiny somehow.
Destiny, eh?
And now that I'm a detective, I'll find out where that destiny will lead me.
That you will. That you will.
Oh, hello. Don't tell me you're the same little kitten.
That's right. The very one.
You know what? This is a very, very special cat. He's 10 years old, but he's still a kitten. Still a kitten? Yep, he's never gotten any bigger or anything. Wow, what a mysterious little fellow. I know, right? His name is Sissel. Sissel. It seems to me I've heard that name somewhere before. I think Sissel likes you, Lynn. All right, everyone. Let's start the celebration. Okay, Mom. I bet you're just like me. Your destiny led you here somehow, too. And so we meet again, Sissel. From just that single night as a human, I got a glimpse into their world. And I learned something. Their fates, their lives, they were all interconnected. Somewhere, somehow, in some way. And now, this is my new fate. Happy birthday to our lovely Lynn. Like I said, it isn't my birthday. Hey, Missile, I thought I asked you to stay home and guard the fort. But birthdays are for celebrating together with friends and loved ones. Nothing like it, baby. There, how do you like that? Not bad, huh? But definitely not good. Maybe now I can be a great detective, just like Inspector Cabanilla. What kind of example is the inspector providing for his men? Here's your food, gentlemen.
Memory? What are you doing here?
I heard you were gonna be picking new members for the Special Investigation Unit today.
So you took on the part-time job here again, just so you could eavesdrop?
Oh, you have no idea the lengths I'd go to reach my goals. God, girl. Is this really necessary, this new curried chicken menu item?
Oh, but our very best customer requested it. Now, good luck with the taste testing.
Oh boy, I don't think I could eat another bite. Just who exactly is this very best customer anyway? Are you sure we really need all these explosives? Not to worry, Beauty, my dear. I followed the instructions exactly. 20 kilograms of gunpowder, just like it said. Wait a minute. 20 kilograms? I thought it was 20 grams. This is where you work, huh, Papa?
That's right, sweetheart.
Darling husband, don't you at least have any ideas at all you could give me? You must have heard some juicy stories. The indiscretions of a minister, perhaps?
Now, must you talk that way in front of our darling angel?
Here is to the stodgy mind of my darling husband.
This deal's going quite well. Oh, I must say, these grapes are quite good, my man. Though you know I was about to scrape the bottom of the sea, sir. Be forewarned, sir. Keep it together, man. Are you trying to give me a case of the vapors? I believe I nearly died of fright just now. Love, peace, and pigeons. Long live rock and roll.
Stop the park from charging admission. Yeah. All that stuff about admission. Today's the day, you know. He's finally getting out. You know, everybody's starting to get real tired of seeing you do that.
Then just let me show you a new dance that's been passed down in our family for generations. We do this when we have a stomachache. We call it Dance Away the Pain.
Oh, I'm real interested in that one. Think you could show it to me, say, next week?
You got it!
Ten long years, Yomiel. Your time's up today. The young lady who always comes to visit you is waiting outside.
Thank you, Sissel.
And Sissel's body's gone. Or I suppose Yoriel's. Everybody, that was Ghost Trick Phantom Detective. It exceeded my expectations by quite a lot. Though I didn't really expect much in... I really expected very little in particular except for the beautiful animation. I'm rather ashamed to admit that when I first noticed this game on shelves years ago, I thought it was sort of a, it's like a mystery puzzle game on the DS. It's probably one of those sort of Professor Layton ripoffs. And honestly, that's such a vile thought compared to what a lovely piece of work this is that I'm kind of ashamed I ever even thought of things that way. Ghost Trick Phantom Detective, probably one of the best DS titles. Certainly one of the best DS adventure games, although I admit I never did play Hotel Dusk. All things equal, Sissel took the revelation that he was a cat pretty well. And of course they had plenty of subtle foreshadowing, or perhaps not so subtle foreshadowing, in how he has a sort of fixation on rats, and on how there are many things that he doesn't know what they are because he's a stray cat. All around, though, very good job. That was fantastic. It's also interesting to note that the villains basically get away in the end. Lord Sith faces no kind of comeuppance, even if the things he was doing do get erased on a new timeline. It is rather disturbing, though, to think that Sissel is immortal. But,
It's very different from fading away in the morning, isn't it? And thanks. And if you want to show your support to... Well, Capcom hardly needs your support. But if you want to show your support, this game is, I believe, now available on iOS devices. I suppose the key is that there's a touchscreen. So until next time, this has been Mackerel Phones, everybody.